Hare Krishna, welcome devotees to the Gita Daily session. Today we'll be discussing Bhagavad Gita, Sloka 13 and 14 from chapter 9. So let's first take the blessings of Lord Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Maya Sudarshan, Lakshmana, Narasimhana, Gaur, Nitai, Panchatattva. Let's pray that by their mercy we can understand the transcendental topics of Bhagavad Gita. So let's recite the prayers together. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhudale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swamin Idinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatireshtarine जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Let's dedicate a session to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness, who has sacrificed everything to bring Krishna consciousness globally to every town and village. So let's thank Srila Prabhupada. By His mercy, we are able to understand Bhagavad Gita in an easy and simple way, and also able to apply it practically in our day-to-day life. So Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So today we'll be discussing two shlokas because they two are both are related. So they are 9.13 and 14. So let's recite the shloka. Mahatmanastu mam partha devim prakritimashridah bachantyananya manaso natva bodhadim avyayam. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O son of Pradha, those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. 9.14 Saradam kirtayando mam yadandascha dridhavrata namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasade. Always standing my glory, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. We'll see the word meaning. Mahatmana, the great souls, too, but Mam, unto me, Partha, O son of Pradha, Devim, divine, Prakritim, nature, Ashrida, having taken shelter of, Bhajanti, render service, Ananya Manasa, without deviation of the mind, Natva, knowing, Buddha, of creation, Adim, the origin, Avyayam, inexhaustible. Word meaning for second shloka. Sadadam, always, Kirtayanda, chanting, Mam, about me, Yadanta, fully enduring, Cha, also, Dridavrada, with determination, Namasyanta, offering obeisances, Cha, and Mam, me, Bhaktya, in devotion, Nityayukta, perpetually engaged, Upasade, worship. So we'll again read a translation. O son of Pradha, those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. So we are in the ninth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the most confidential knowledge. So here actually Krishna is talking about the secret knowledge of devotional service unto Krishna. Right. So we have been discussing this topic for last few days. So yesterday we discussed about how the demoniac people who actually don't understand the Lord's nature, who deride the Lord, right? How actually they are always put under illusion, even though they may materially be great people. They actually, nevertheless, unless and until they are able to recognize the connection with the Lord, whatever activities, even they are yogis, nanis, or whatever path they have taken, unless until they are able to connect to the Lord, right, or able to recognize the Lord as the ultimate beneficiary of everything or the supreme destination, all their endeavors are baffled. So this is what we discussed, and then they actually are under the control of material nature, they external energy of the Lord, Maya, Mahamaya. So today Lord actually is explaining that on the contrary, the Mahatmas actually, or those who understand the Lord transcendental position, right? They are under the protection of the internal potency of the Lord. Devim Prakriti means in Yoga Maya potency. So they are under the shelter of or the protection of the internal potency of the Lord. and actually they always they worship the Lord, right, without any other ananya manasa, without any deviation. Then the second shloka actually is talking such Mahatmas, they always chant the glories of the Lord. Sadatam kirtayando mam, yadandasya dridhabrada. So those people who are actually such Mahatmas, they are actually strong in their determination. They are convinced about, the ultimate purpose of the God, Lord of the life, human life, ultimate destination, and the supreme position of the Supreme Lord. So such Mahatmas, they are actually are determined, right? And they always worship the Lord, always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me. These great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. So this is the characteristics of a pure devotee. So let us see this topic in little more detail. Yeah. So first point is that, no, who is a Mahatma, right? So Mahatma actually in Bhagavad Gita it is defined as one actually who is situated in the divine nature, right? So we have a general understanding of Mahatma. No, we have so this actually everything will will be decided based on the perspective which we look, right? So when we look from a bodily perspective or a material perspective, somebody who has done great activities, from a material perspective, he is considered as a Mahatma, right? Like for example, getting freedom for the country, right? Or somebody is doing great altruistic activities, or who is performing charity. So these are all mostly we have seen it earlier that they are on the bodily platform, right? So they are from material angle, so these are Mahatmas. But from a real true perspective, so because we are not the body, right, we have seen that topic and Krishna is explaining that in Bhagavad Gita. We are not the body, we are the spirit soul. So when we look from a spirit perspective, a Mahatma is one who is on the spiritual platform, who has taken shelter of the Lord, right? Such a person actually he sees everybody in the equal vision. We have seen in earlier actually that shloka, no, Pandita Samadarshina, right? So basically, he is able to see this Jiva, Atma in every living entity, not only the human being, but animal, plants, all Jivas. Such a Mahatma is able to see the soul which is situated and Paramatma which is situated in the heart of all the Jivas. So they have an equal vision, they don't distinguish between any of them. And then he is compassionate because he sees that all these Jivas are suffering in the material world, right? Taking so many births, going through different kleshas, right? Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi. So Mahatma is on that spiritual platform. And then last loka we saw that asuras, no, they are under the shelter of Mahamaya, right? The material energy. So so we have seen also in seventh chapter, right, how actually we can be free from the clutches of Maya. Right? So first of all, basically the jiva has a free will, and he has fundamentally there are only two choices for the jiva, right? Either you take shelter of Mahamaya or you take shelter of Yogamaya, right? So when you take shelter of Mahamaya, that is the default position of the jiva. When we are in the material world, we are under the control of material nature, right? And the Mahamaya is bewildering potency of the Lord, right? It actually convinces the jiva that he is the body, and accordingly, the jiva acts, thinking that okay, this is my house, this is my wife, this is my children, all these are my possession, this is my car, and so on, so on. But these are all it is a false identity because no, it is a temporary identity, right? So whoever our relatives, right? Whoever my son today, he was somebody else's son in the last birth, and whoever is my spouse in this birth, no, that was somebody else's spouse in the previous birth. So these are all false identity, and but the real identity is the soul which is situated in the body, right? So what actually the Lord says in seventh chapter, Lord saying that Devi Esha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mamevaye Prabhadyante Maya Medam Tarantite. The Lord is saying that this external energy of mind, the Mahamaya, is Duratya, is very difficult to surpass because she is very powerful, because it is that's also Lord's energy. And the Jiva in the conditioned state, it's the Tadastha Shakti becomes comes under the control of external energy of the Lord, and he is illusion. Right? But then there is how to overcome it, Lord says, Mam eva ye prabhadyante maya medam tarantide. So whoever takes shelter of the Lord, who is the controller of Maya, such a person can easily cross over the external energy of the Lord. Right? And once they cross over, then actually they becomes under the control of the Yoga Maya potency of the Lord, the spiritual energy of the Lord. So the ultimate mm, goal of the Jiva is to come under the shelter of the spiritual energy of the Lord. Right? Get free from the material energy and take shelter of the spiritual energy. Right? So how can we do that? That can be achieved by devotional service, performing. No, so first of all, we need to surrender to the Supreme Lord. Right? We have to take shelter of the Lord. Right, and then actually we can make progress in the part of bhakti. So such a Mahatma, they are not attracted to the Purushartha. So basically, generally, the Vedic scriptures talk about the three modes. Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunyo Bhava Arjuna. But Krishna says, Arjuna, you rise above the three modes. Right? And according to the three modes and the Vedic scriptures, the goal of human life, is to, they call it the four Purusharthas, right? That is Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So, but then this is not the ultimate goal, right? This is a superficial goal. So that means, no, like living a dharmic life, attaining wealth, like Dharma, Artha, Kama, no, fulfilling the desires, material desires, and Moksha means liberation. But then beyond that, actually, is the loving service to the Lord, right? So bhakti or transcendental devotional service to the Lord is above the four Purusharthas. So that actually is the real goal, no, of the human life. So such devotees, such pure devotees, no, they are not interested in any material achievements. Right? Their concern is, no, they are not interested in going to the higher planets or enjoying in the material world. Right? They are not even desiring liberation, but their goal actually is to serve the Lord wherever they are. So because of that, no, they actually always meditate upon the Lord. Always they are always engaged in devotional service. Right? In the second shloka, it is mentioned Sadadam Kirtayanda. Right? So they are constantly, Sadadam means always. Kirtayanda means glorifying the Lord. So basically, they are always in the consciousness of the Lord. They are always remembering the Lord. Saradam Kirtayanta. Yadandashu Dridavriddha. Right? So Dridavriddha means it's very important actually, because to attain the highest goal, right? The topmost goal, we cannot be casual, no, or we have to be very serious and sincere. So because we see in material world also, no, you want to achieve something, right? Somebody wants to crack the IAS exam, or somebody want to go to the IIT, right? They have to take very strong determination is required, and they have to actually endeavor with, they have to do a lot of hard work, right? They have to be disciplined. So all these things are required. So even to attain something material, people are ready to do such things. So you can imagine how to, if you really want to attain the topmost goal, right, which is the highest perfection, and which actually are very difficult even for the yogis and jnanis to achieve. We need to definitely have determination, right? Without determination, we cannot do that. And before having determination, we need to have the conviction and faith that actually this is the right path, right? This is the ultimate goal. So once we understand that, then actually we'll be determined, right? And what it means, what is the result of having this faith? It has to be practical. So we need to have change in our lifestyle, right? We cannot continue the same way we live, because when we understand that the goal of life is this, then accordingly we have to prioritize our activities. We should not waste time in unnecessary things which are not aligned to the goal, right? So this way, that doesn't mean that no, we should give up our responsibilities. We can do both, right? We can actually gradually we should try to endeavor to reduce the attachment to material things, and at the same time increase the attachment to the spiritual topics, right? So this automatically happens when one takes up the spiritual path and increase their activities in spiritual path, right? And their faith increases, automatically the attachment to material things will come up. We don't have to separately endeavor. So moving on. So we have to actually balance the both. So actually in this context now we can look at the surrender process. So there is something called sharanagati, right? So the symptom of a pure devotee, or one who is actually trying to become a pure devotee, is the surrender. So as we saw, no, Krishna mentioned Devi Esha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratya Mame Vaye Prabadyante Maya Meram Tarantide. So Prabadyante means surrender. So one has to take shelter of the Supreme Lord, who actually is the controller of Maya, right? Then Maya will actually release us. Otherwise, Maya is actually always capturing you. Right? So basically, it is mentioned, no, that actually Maya was waiting for the opportunity. So when the jiva becomes bahirmuga, right? I mean, means when the jiva, as soon as the jiva turns away from Krishna, Maya is waiting, and Maya is actually capturing the jiva, and then it remains in the clutches of the Maya till the time we take shelter of the Lord. Right? So when we take shelter of the Lord, then actually Maya is releasing the jiva from your clutches. Right? So what is the process of surrender actually is defined by the acharyas. Hari Bhakti Vilas it is mentioned. Anukulasya sankalpa, pratikulasya varjanam. रक्षिष्यति विश्वासो गोप्तृते वर्णम तदा आत्मनिक्षेप कार्पण्ये षड्विधा sharanagari. So there are six items or aspects in the surrender, right? So what is anukulisa sankalpa, pratikulisa varjanam? So this is the first aspect, which means one who is surrendered, he actually does the activities which are favorable for his spiritual progress. Anukulisa sankalpa and pratikulisa varjanam. So and whatever is not favorable, he actually rejects that. So basically, this is a very important formula that actually we can apply in our life. So if you're really determined and serious, right, that actually this is the path and this is what I want to achieve, then what we do, every activity or every decision that we make, right, we will consider this point, that if I take this decision, whether it will help me to make move towards the Lord, right, whether it help me to make progress towards Krishna, so then I will take that decision. But if on the other hand, if the decision is taking me away from the Lord, then I will reject that. So this is a very important formula, right, which we can apply. Anukulisa sankalpa, pratikulisa varjana. Then rakshishyate vishwaso means actually I have that person who is surrendering. He has complete faith in the Lord. He has a faith that the Lord will protect me in any under any circumstances. So just like a child, no, has full faith in his father or mother, right? So if the father asks the child to jump from the top, right, and he'll tell, "I'll hold you, child, you jump," the child will, without thinking, will jump. So similarly, the jiva who actually is taken shelter of the Lord, he actually is fully convinced that no, the Lord will always protect me. Right? Goptrute Varanam Tava. Goptrute Varanam means the Lord actually is the well wisher of no, he is ultimate well wisher. Means that we have to also have the faith that whatever the Lord does in our life, it is for all ultimate good. Right? Temporarily, it may appear that no, some difficulties may come in our life even after we are taken shelter. But we have to understand the Lord knows the long term plan. Right? So ultimately, we need to have faith and patience that whatever the Lord does is for my ultimate good. Atmaniksheva Karpanye. Right? Means fully completely surrendered, right? Fully dependent on the Lord. And Karpanya means humility. We have to be having humility. Humble. Humility is the one greatest quality of a devotee. So means that actually, that is a surrendered mentality, right? And whatever, if a devotee achieves something, he will always give the credit to the Lord. No, he doesn't think that okay, because I am great, I have achieved it. He gives the credit to the Lord. And if the difficulty comes in the Lord, some problems happen in life, then the jiva thinks that no, the person thinks that no, it is because of my past karma. So this way he is very humble, right? And another quality is that uh, avyartha kalatvam. So in such a devotee, he doesn't waste even a moment. So any activity that he does, he will always think that whether it is helping me to make progress. No, he will not. He doesn't wait in a moment. So he makes a schedule in the life such that no, he have enough time for performing devotional activity. So how can we become a Mahatma? Right? This is the question. So we can become a Mahatma by associating with other Mahatmas. So it is mentioned sadhu sangha sarva shastrakaya, lava matra sadhu sangha sarva siddhihaya. That means even a moment's association with a pure devotee, right? We can actually we can get so much benefit by that. So when we continuously associate with Mahatmas, pure devotees, then actually we also become purified, and then we also start our journey in the path of devotional life, right? And we also can become Mahatma gradually by their mercy. So in this context, we will see one story to show the importance of what is the power of association, right? So this in this story, like Narad Muni once approaches Lord Vishnu, right? And Narad Muni asks Lord, oh my Lord, what is the power of association? He'll ask Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu will say, you already know Narada the answer, no? So you let us go and find out. So they together goes and no, he will ask Narada to ask. They will see a parrot on the way. So he'll ask the parrot, Narada to ask the parrot the question. So Narada will ask the parrot, oh parrot, what is the power of association? So as soon as Narada asks this question, the parrot will die. Narada becomes very shocked. Okay, what has happened? No, Lord, actually, you asked me this question to ask the question, and the parrot has died. Lord Vishnu will say, "Don't worry, let us move on." Then actually, after some time, they will see a cow, right? So to the cow, then Narada asks the same question. Oh cow, what is the power of association? And then the cow also will die immediately. Then now Narada becomes very concerned. No, whoever I'm asking, no, that actually is dying. So what actually, I'm not able to understand what actually Lord wants to tell me. Then finally, Lord Vishnu says, no, now there is a prince, a small, a king has got a small, the queen has delivered a prince. Let us ask the prince the question. Now Narada becomes really scared. No, now see the cow and parrot, there is nobody to question. If it is die also, there is no problem. But If the prince dies, then no, the king will not leave Narada, right? So he is scared
ನೋಡ್ರಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ
actually to ask the
ಎಷ್ಟು
question.
ಹಿಮ ಇದೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹಿಮ.
Yeah. So then Narada asks actually the no no Narada reluctantly asks the prince, "Oh prince, actually, what is the power of association?" Then wonderfully, even the child was very small. The child speaks. The child will say, "Oh Maharshi Narada, do you remember the parrot? Then do you remember the cow? No, you actually I am the same soul, right? Now has become the prince." So what actually the gist of the story is that because the parrot got association with Narada, right? Immediately he got freed from the parrot's body, right? And he got a higher birth, which is a cow. And when the cow got association with Narada again, no, immediately he actually got a higher body, which is a human body. Right? So human body is the best body. We have seen it earlier that to get the highest perfection. So this way, even a moment's association of a pure devotee, that can give you us the greatest benefit. So that is the essence of this particular story. So let's try to wrap up. So what actually is the takeaway we can understand from today's topic? So we understood now what is a real Mahatma, right? From a spiritual perspective, a Mahatma is one who is always surrendered to the Lord. Right? So understanding this, what actually a practical application is that we have to start depending on the Lord, right? No, give up the control, right? So we generally think that I am the controller of my life, right? I have to do this, I have to do that. No, I have to make preparation for my retirement. So many things we does actually. Of course, I'm not saying that we should neglect that, but actually slowly start giving up the control because Lord actually is the original controller, right? And if you take shelter of the Lord is like a father, right? And he will take care of the child. Right? Father will definitely take care of the child. So we should have that faith and slowly start letting go the things, like depend on the Lord mercy, right? So we can see that to the extent we surrender to the Lord, to that extent actually he takes control of the life and we will become free from the anxiety because of this proprietorship and controllership. All the anxieties comes in our life, and when we start giving it up, right, then we will become free from the anxiety, right? And we need to have the faith, as we mentioned earlier, right? The Lord will definitely take care, but we should have patience, right? And then second thing is that start getting association of devotees, right? Unless and until we associate with devotees, we cannot make progress in devotional service life, right? So by association of devotees we get their mercy and then we also make progress according to that. Okay, so with that I think we come to the end of time. So just to before wrap up, no, so today is a very auspicious day. Today is Ekadashi, Vaimi Ekadashi. So devotees can try to take the vrata of Ekadashi. Generally, on Ekadashis, we refrain from eating grains, right? So we can eat fruits, milk, and also certain other things are allowed. And tomorrow is at Vaman Dwadashi. Because of that, Varaha Dwadashi, sorry. So because of that, no, today, tomorrow we cannot break the fast. So today, what we are devotees does is that they will do full fasting till the afternoon, and after that they will take the Ekadashi Prasada. So if you can observe that, it is okay. So whatever level is possible, you can take. So but actually, if you can avoid the grains, that is the best thing, right? So, but then the whole idea of Ekadashi is to remember the Lord, right? So we get more time. We don't have to worry too much about eating, cooking, etc. So make some simple prasadam offer to the Lord, but then utilize the time to remember the Lord. Do more chanting, do more reading, do more hearing. This is the essential idea of performing Ekadashi. Okay, so with that I stop here. So any questions of the devotees? Okay, so no question. Then I would like to thank all devotees who are joining regularly. So we'll again meet tomorrow. So we'll end here. We'll chant three times when we end. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The chanting of the holy name is the most powerful process in the Kali Yuga. Right? Even it is mentioned that even if one chants once sincerely, that one chanting can destroy all the sins that he has committed in so many lifetimes. So we should not underestimate the power of chanting, right? So have faith in the holy names and try to sincerely chant, focus holy names. So please do that. Okay, so with that, I think we'll close. Yeah, so we'll end. Hare Krishna.